Acadia on the River, and we are a luxury living community. We are known for our awesome amenities that we have here, additional to our luxury style cottages. Be sure to come visit us and meet the Arcadia family. We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye guys.
Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Ryan Bauman.
And I'm Zaria Golston, bringing you news from the Georgia College campus all across the Milledgeville community. Coming up on GC360, do you ever wonder how safe our campus is, or what law enforcement is doing to keep the campus a free, safe zone?
How a Holocaust survivor is sharing his story to make sure history does not repeat itself.
Looking for a date to an upcoming event? GC Miracle may have the solution. On Valentine's Day, a former student at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High in Parkland, Florida, entered the school and opened up with an assault rifle. It was just the latest in a series of horrific school shootings in the U.S. and another reminder of the danger an active shooter can pose. And it raises questions: how safe is our campus, and what is law enforcement doing to prevent a tragedy here? GC360's Alec Dubois spoke with students and GC's Chief of Police, Don Chalice.
The recent Parkland, Florida shooting, which saw 17 staff and students murdered, has left a mark on many of America's students.
I mean, I guess I've thought about it, but not in the sense that it would happen, just what if, I guess, type thing.
I think it's kind of in the back of everyone's mind right now, just with recent events.
Yeah, I definitely don't think about it on a daily basis or anything, but sometimes, whenever it happens, especially somewhere as close as Florida, it does cross my mind every once in a while. Just the fact that it could happen. You gotta kind of think about what you might do in that situation.
Despite some of their worries, many Georgia Bobcats feel completely safe on campus, regardless of the recent shooting.
Yeah, I feel safe and secure here.
I feel fairly safe. I've never felt unease at campus, especially during the daytime. I've never felt in danger.
I feel fairly safe on Georgia College campus.
According to Georgia College Police Chief Don Chalice, their sense of security is deserved.
They're very uncommon. The odds of being struck by lightning are higher than being killed by an active shooter.
Mr. Chalice is no stranger to mass shootings. Early on in his career, he witnessed such carnage himself.
At the University of Iowa in 1991, where a shooter killed 6 people and killed himself. And I was one of the first officers in one of the buildings.
Because of his personal experience, Mr. Chalice takes the threat very seriously and believes that the most important step in stopping school shootings is to simply intervene in at-risk individuals.
There's a pattern of behaviors that goes on that can be identified and help us not anticipate or predict, but at least have an idea when somebody is going down a path towards violence so we can intercede.
For GC360 News, I'm Alec Dubois.
A history lesson came to life when a Holocaust survivor spoke to students at the Black Box Theater February 28th. Robert Rattoni told his story to a packed house, with some students even having to sit on the floor. Rattoni not only brought tears to many eyes, but laughter as well. He focused on his year-long journey across Hungary, beginning with being separated from his mother when he was just 6 years old, and ending with Budapest, being freed 10 days after his 7th birthday. Rattoni has only given this presentation a handful of times. He told the audience that his grandchildren inspired him to finally share his story. Rattoni said that he does not want the story of the Holocaust to end when the survivors die. He asked the audience to become witnesses to the horrific event and to share his story so that history does not repeat itself. Students were left in awe by Rattoni's presentation. Maggie Huss, a sophomore, said, I think that I'm going to take this experience with me forever. The presentation was given in conjunction with the production of Cabaret, which takes place in pre-Nazi Germany.
Are you a fan of The Bachelor? If so, listen up. Georgia College is about to hold its own version of the show, all for a good cause, GC Miracle. On Monday, March 12th, 20 of Georgia College's finest bachelors, or miracle men, will be auctioned off for a date for two at one of Milledgeville's select restaurants. Participants will bid for their top choices. Another attraction, Josh Murray, the brother of UGA's former quarterback Aaron Murray, will co-host the event and it will happen Monday at 6 p.m. in Russell Auditorium. Regular tickets are $8 each and VIP tickets are $25 each and available at georgiacollegemiracle.com. All proceeds go to the New Children's Hospital in Macon, Georgia. Tune in next week to find out the names of the lucky winners.
Just ahead, our newly elected student government leader, Amelia Lord, is in the studio. We'll ask about her plans to improve student life at Georgia College right after the break.
At the Grove, and we are located directly across the street from the Georgia College dorms, which is within walking distance from the campus. We offer 2- and 3-bedroom apartments here. We have 2 resort-style pools, a 24-hour fitness center. So just take a short stroll across the street from Georgia College and come check us out.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Can you feel the sun?
Welcome back to GC360. SGA has apologized for statements made by Vice President-elect Matt Krackomberger. During his performance at Alpha Delta Pi's King of Diamonds last night, Krackomberger did a stand-up comedy routine that was interpreted as ridiculing of other Greek organizations. King of Diamonds is an annual male pageant raising money for the Ronald McDonald House. Each contestant represents an organization on Georgia College's campus. Krackomberger represented Alpha Omicron Pi at last night's event. SGA Executive Board apologized for those people affected by the performance and called it highly disrespectful and inappropriate. Krackomberger is under further investigation by the Executive Board. Amelia Lord, the SGA President-elect, also issued a statement saying the skit was unacceptable and that there would be consequences. Lord said, quoting, "I will be taking steps to control the situation and I would like to apologize."
Amelia Lord joins us in the studio now. Thank you for being here, Amelia.
Thank you.
Pleasure
Happy to be
have
here.
You. Also, happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, we had planned to talk mostly about your plans for your presidency, but I think viewers would appreciate if we addressed more of the Matt Krackomberger situation. And so, in your statement, you said you were planning to control the situation. What did you mean by that?
Yes, so right now we are looking further into it. I have contacted those people who have been affected, who are specifically named, to apologize. But of course, Matthew acted on his own. This is in no way a representation of student government as a whole. As to the steps that we will be taking, I can't comment on that at the time, but we will be having meetings in order to investigate what we can do to discipline this.
Okay, great. Thank you. And if I may say, I know, many people and various organizations may have been offended by some of the statements, but just how severe would these consequences be? Isn't it an issue of satire or free speech? He has the freedom to maybe make these jokes and comments as part of our First Amendment?
Yes. So in no way am I disregarding his First Amendment right.
No,
but,
of course not. I didn't mean to imply that.
No, you're fine. But it is up to our Senate. If our Senate wants to take it as far as removal from office, they could. The Senate is up to that. So I, as president-elect, do not have a hand in that.
Okay.
Because that is not how our removal process is detailed. That's not how our discipline process is detailed. The judicial board can also take a stand. It really just depends on student government within the different branches, what they would like to do.
Okay. And in your opinion, do you think it would actually get that serious, that the Senate would remove him just for comments like this?
I will not comment at this time. We aren't even 24 hours out, so I'm not sure. I don't know exactly the pulse of the Senate, how they're feeling at the moment. I have myself been meeting with people, just making sure that the administration knows that we meant no disrespect, that AD knows that student government would never want to disrespect their philanthropy event.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Amelia, for answering those questions. I appreciate that. So let's move on to some other topics then. Alrighty, were you surprised that you won? And may I say, it was quite the win.
Thank you. Surprised? Well, it is always hard to go up against an incumbent, especially Mike Mueller, who has done an amazing job this year. I did work on his campaign last year, and so it was nothing personal running against him. Surprised? No, I was very hopeful. I did have an amazing team behind me. I had a lot of support. So I was just very happy with the results.
Really great marketing. I saw your name. It was in chalk everywhere. Even if I didn't know who else was running, I know I'm voting for Lord because her name's on the sidewalk everywhere.
Yeah, and I can't even take credit for that. I had just kind of sent out a message to my friends and different group messages and everything, and that night when we were going to chalk, I think like 30 people showed up, which is incredible, and just made my heart full that so many people would want to support me.
Absolutely, yeah, huge support for you. All right, what is your top priority, Amelia, when you take office?
Okay.
What's your number one goal?
So number one, I've already started working on it, is going to be making sure that each student knows what they can get out of student government. Making sure that they understand that if I need travel funding for a conference where I'm presenting, I can get that from student government. If I need a free Scantron, I'm 5 minutes till my test, you can go to student government. Just knowing it's just knowing the simple things that student government can do for you, and so that starts with having in-office office hours. So opening up our staff office, which has a sliding glass window, and having senders sitting there physically behind it so that you can ask any questions that you want, you can get information, you can use our printing facilities. So that is my very first step. Also, next week I will be starting interviews for my chief of staff. The application actually goes Wednesday. And so once I have a chief of staff, I'll be expanding my cabinet. That is having a cohort affairs director, making sure that we have people who are filling each positions, if that's environmental affairs, all the way down to our media team, making sure that every student can see pictures of not only Senate, but also each student government event that we have.
Fantastic. And would those applications that be sent out in an email to everybody? Is there a specific link or site you want to plug?
So OrgSync, we have all of our applications on OrgSync, and the Wednesday before spring break, so I guess next Wednesday, we will be putting out the application for any cabinet positions, and that will close the Friday after spring break.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like you have thought it through very thoroughly. Yes. Well done. All right. Was there anything in particular that President Mueller did, the incumbent that you beat out, that you would want to change while in office?
All right. Not so much change. I think just expanding on making sure that student government is student-centered. Mike did an amazing job with making sure that our administration relationships were very strong, making sure he's working on that. So I would love to continue that. Also, as long as we're talking about Mike, making sure that he's still involved, because he has been such a great president, such a great part of student government. So making sure that he's still involved with those university committees, still involved with the
You still want him to
university.
have a role then?
Oh yes, of course.
You'd consider him maybe for your cabinet?
Possibly. If he was looking at a cabinet position, yes. I think the Senate has his heart, so hopefully he might be a senator next year. We'll see what happens.
All righty. Well, Amelia, I want to thank you so much for coming in today. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Yes.
Very nice to meet you.
Yes, always nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, a follow-up to last week's story on esports. We'll talk to an esports player right here in the studio.
But before that, we'll delve into all things involving rec sports. Stay tuned to find out what you can expect from the intramural teams. All that after this short break.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
So it's camera one.
Welcome back to GC360. I'm Avery Roach.
And I'm Stephen Walters.
And we're here to bring you all you need to know about sports in the Milledgeville community. Each semester, hundreds of students participate in intramural sports, making it one of the most popular extracurricular activities on campus. GC360's Lauren Woodman has all you need to know about the upcoming late spring season.
The early spring season for rec sports is nearing a close, and signups have begun for the late spring season. Although many participants enjoy indoor volleyball, inner tube water polo, and basketball, Associate Director of Wellness and Recreation Drew Bruton says he enjoys being able to be back outside.
From a program sense, I love to be outdoors. I love to see how many people come and watch games outdoors just because it's a nice day. So I think the outdoor season is also one of my favorite seasons.
Tennis is rec sports' newest addition to the late spring season. Bruton said the addition aims at reaching a new audience of players and has already received a warm welcome.
So this year we were looking to do something new, something small, and we brought in tennis. Tennis, men's singles, women's singles, both men's and women's doubles, and then a mixed doubles, that's a co-ed doubles. And so we were thinking maybe we'd have 10, 15 teams max, and we have 55 teams signed up right now.
Rec sports added spike ball and cornhole in 2016 with the same intention. Both already have 40 and 50 teams signed up this season.
We're trying to be inclusive and get different types of sports for different type of people that they can play what they enjoy.
In the late spring season, rec sports also offers outdoor soccer, softball, ultimate frisbee, sand volleyball, and a fan favorite, flag football.
Definitely getting back on the flag belts. Being able to play flag football has been one of my favorite things, so I'm looking forward to playing some 4-on-4.
Driver Watson, a graduate assistant who plays and referees for rec sports, also shared his excitement for flag football.
Flag football is probably my favorite sport, so 4v4 is a lot of fun, pretty fast-paced, and I like playing quarterback too.
Registration for late spring is open until March 14th at 5 p.m. Games begin on Monday, March 26th and continue until the Sunday before final exam week. For GC360 Sports, I'm Lauren Woodman.
Esports is off to a 6-2 record this season and has made headlines by bringing the unconventional sport to light. Today we are joined by esports captain Nick Delore, who has been with the team since its inception last fall. And Nick, thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I want to start. So, how did you first get into League of Legends?
Close to 4 or 5 years ago, my friend just came to me with a new game, League of Legends. God. And he told me, hey, I just found this. I've been having a lot of fun. Let's start playing. And we just went from there. We just kept going.
Yeah, and with the team coming on campus, how did you originally find out about that?
My roommate, JT, he's actually the one who kind of started the team. He came to me and said, hey, I'm starting this team. I need another spot. You know, we have one more spot left, and it's for you. And I just said, all right, I'll take it.
And, you know, being part of this first class, I know there's, you know, ups and downs, bumps in the road. What has it been like being part of the first class here in the Peach Belt Conference?
Yeah, being the first class, it's not the easiest since we're very experimental. We're basically like the guinea pigs for this kind of. But the only real issue that we have is scheduling, just getting our whole team together at the same time and try to get the other teams together at the same time. It makes us to where we have to play kind of late at night. But other than that, we haven't really had any issues.
And finally, tell me a little bit more about the Peach Belt Conference Championship.
Yeah, the Peach Belt Conference Championship, it's coming up March 16th. It's going to be held here at Georgia College in Magnolia Ballroom. It's going to be going on until the 19th. We're expecting some audience, and anybody's welcome to show up.
Awesome, Nick. Well, thank you so much for coming on and taking your time with us, and best of luck this Saturday at 8.
Thank you.
And that's all for sports this week.
Make sure to tune in next week for a full report on the world of sports in Milledgeville. Stay tuned for an inside look on how the legacy of a Baldwin County educator continues to be shared in a unique way.
After college or probably college as well.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Hey guys, welcome back to GC360 News. I'm Joy Fitzgerald.
And I'm Harley Pope, and we're here to tell you about all things entertainment.
The Sally Ellis Davis House was the home of a Baldwin County teacher who was passionate about her students and a pioneer educator in the African American community. I went in to film one of their historical tours along with the help of GC360's Katie Collett, and except this one was an extra special tour.
I would have to immediately go into grad school if I wanted after college or probably college as well.
I said good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Much better, much better. Well, for those who don't know, my name is Miss Sally Ellis Davis, and welcome to my home. Everyone understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, will you all please follow me into the parlor room?
GC student Clarissa Bacon embodied the part of Sally Ellis Davis and made a complete reenactment of what life was like when she lived in the home. But I am so excited for the Oscars. I have waited all year for them. It has been the best thing ever. And it's such a glamorous time to really celebrate the hard work of many amazing filmmakers, actors, artists, and musicians.
Honestly, you can't even forget about the fashion.
Oh my gosh, the fashion in it was amazing. I mean, like, did you see like all the amazing people? Who were your favorites?
I saw Lupita, I saw Zendaya, I saw Nicole Kidman.
Oh, Nicole,
and it was just, I
in the
loved
blue.
it. I loved it so much, yeah.
And Lupita had that gorgeous gold dress. Oh my
yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
it was gorgeous. She just looked like a queen, and I was obsessed with it, honestly.
Yeah.
They were really incredible.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, they're here. Oh my gosh, look at Nicole Kidman. Oh, she's killing it.
And then Zendaya's.
Oh wait, ooh.
Boom, look at Zendaya, y'all. Boom.
Oh man,
Looking
they really are killing it. It's awesome. I was so happy, and they really outdid themselves this year. The designers as well.
Yeah,
it was
they
super
really
beautiful.
did.
And I mean, what was your favorite movie that
Of
won?
course, you guys know Jordan Peele won Best Screenplay for Get Out.
Get Out, it was so cool. Oh, woo! I know. I was like, I couldn't believe that he won, and then his speech was just really great.
Yeah,
that
it
he
really
gave,
was.
Like,
I
super
thought it was
awesome.
cool.
He has such like a satirical vibe, you know,
Yeah.
and so it was really nice to see him win.
And the fact that he didn't even know that he was going to win, and then, you know, he gave up writing that for like 20 times, and then he finally finished it, and look at that, he won an Oscar.
He won an Oscar, wow. Go Jordan. You know, and also, you know, The Shape of Water won, like they swept the awards.
Oh,
Shape of Water
yeah.
got like, I think it was Best Picture, Director, Original Score, and Production Design.
I have to see that movie, honestly, because I
We'll
haven't
watch
seen it yet, but can we do that tonight?
Yeah, we'll get a little date tonight. We'll watch the movie. That'll be super, super fun. And next up is our wonderful Adrienne Gardner with the Local Corner.
She is going to tell you all about her adventures at Milledgeville's First Friday, an event you don't want to miss.
Hello everyone and welcome to Local Corner with your favorite chick, Adrienne Gardner. On March 2nd, I had the honor of attending my very First Friday in downtown Milledgeville. The theme was celebrating our roots. Family and friends all came together to reflect and explore all of downtown Milledgeville. And there were free trolley rides, history storytelling sessions, and even live music. As soon as I got there, I was excited to see so many artists and musicians who were performing and expressing themselves on the streets of Millie. McCook and Martin, two people from one of the most recognizable bands, Freelance Ruckus, were there. I caught Georgia College's Environmental Club tabling, and the Milledgeville JCs were there to give the kids some activities to do. And my favorite, there was face painting. There was so much to do, and it was so much fun. I even took it upon myself to get my face painted. I seriously couldn't decide which one I wanted, what design I wanted. And the design I did choose was so beautiful that I absolutely had to take some silly pictures. And shout out to Lisa Berry for such a great job. Thank you so much. You know what? Anywho, I enjoyed First Fridays, and I encourage anyone who is thinking about ever attending to go. It was most definitely worth it. Have you ever been to First Fridays? Share your experiences with us at GC360 News. And now back to the news desk.
Well, that's it for news here at GC360. When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages and our website, GC360.com. I'm Ryan Bauman.
And I'm Zaria Golston, always available to you. GC360, where news comes full circle.
Zaria, we killed it yet again.
Yes,
Another
we sure
week.
did.
We color coordinated. I don't know if the audience noticed. We have white and black clothing. The official clothing store of GC360 News.